What's going on? Let's talk about something that's very prevalent in video game culture, unfortunately, and that is rage. And when I say rage, I mean like rage quitting or just getting very vitriolic and angry when something's not going your way in a video game. I figured I want to talk about this because there's kind of two sides of that coin. There's the negative side where it's the raging at others, where you get very toxic. That's the general name for it. You can find it a lot in any game, really, any competitive game or any multiplayer game. But I know it happens a lot in League, as well as other titles, such as it happens at Overwatch quite frequently. I've had firsthand experience with that, and it's not really a good thing. I feel it kind of makes video game culture look bad, makes a lot of people look like whiny children, and that, unfortunately, some people will just space all of us in together and just be like, hey, well, all those people who play games are whiny children because they get angry when something goes wrong in a video game, which is really crappy. I mean, it's not cool to just lump all of us together, but I mean, it is a kind of issue, in my opinion, when you feel that you have the basis and the grounds to tell someone else who might just be trying to enjoy a game to go kill themselves. That's not cool. That's not really healthy. I feel like it's not healthy for you because it's not a proper way to explain things or show your anger, and it's not really healthy for them because, I mean, what if that person is on the edge? I'm not going to say that, just because I'm not going to tell you to tiptoe around everything, but that's just one of those things you really shouldn't be telling people to do. And of course, we can't not talk about the fact that trolls are a thing. If you don't know what trolls are, you should if you're here on this webpage. But trolls are just people who intentionally do their best to just annoy and piss off other people playing games. And to them, I just want to ask, why? What are you doing? Why is that a good use of your time in your life? It doesn't really make sense for you to want to do that because it's just being really douchey. I don't really know how else to put that. Trolls are just kind of also a very bad side effect of competitive play or just multiplayer in general. Just people who are trolling or people that are griefing. It's just kind of ugly, the ugly side of video gaming, in my opinion. They're just kind of things I guess are kind of ingrained into the community and the being of video game at this point, which is not good in my opinion. But I don't know. There's no real explanation for it in my opinion. When I hear someone telling another person to go kill yourself, or just insulting them, being the worst, etc., etc., and then trolls. It's just those are two types of gaming situations and personalities that I don't particularly like. So yeah, there's that. But the other thing, the funny side of it, is just sometimes when you rage, I feel like it's okay to rage if you're keeping it internal or aiming it at yourself. I think, within reason, like don't hurt yourself or hurt your things, but I think it's okay in that situation. Some people rage by screaming and breaking their keyboard. I mean, that's kind of funny, and I guess like it's fine because they're not hurting themselves physically and they are just messing up their own gear, so it's kind of funny, I guess. I mean, I'm sure they're not happy about it once the red haze fades and they just look down at the keyboard and just like, oh, I have to buy a new one of these now. So yeah, I guess I was going to share my best rage story and got kind of sidetracked a little bit. But my best rage story is actually, very surprisingly, from the video game Mass Effect 2, of all places. It was actually the Praetorian fight that just got me. I think I tried it like not 30, that's way too much, maybe 15 times in a row, and I just was not having a good day with it. I was just angry. At this point, pretty much every time I felt like I had about killed it, it just, I think it had like a laser beam that it would just like shoot, and I either would be trying to avoid the enemies and thus not see it happening so I die, or just or the enemies, the spawns that it spawns. And eventually I just got to the point where I think I threw my controller, and luckily it didn't break, thank God, because I imagine I didn't have the money to replace it. But I just threw my controller, bounced around the room. One of my friends was actually there with me, and he just gave me this kind of look that's just like, you okay, man? I'm concerned for your well-being. So yeah, that was that. It was just kind of a moment for me. It just like, And I always remember it just because I think that was the first time I ever raged at a video game, like legitimately got angry with a video game. I've had moments where, like, a game surprised me or scared me, but that was the first time that I ever felt like just actual anger for a video game, which doesn't happen very frequently for me. I think the most recent time was Overwatch when, fun fact, when I play Overwatch alone, I'm actually okay. It's still not a great game in my opinion, but I'm okay at it. But when I play with my friends, I am absolute trash, like hot garbage. I die constantly, can't do anything whatsoever. So yeah, I had a bit of a rage moment the other day when I finally decided that I'm not going to keep giving this game second chances. I ended up like throwing my headset to the ground again. Thankfully, it did not break. Did that, uninstalled, and I was just like, this is something I'm never going to do again, which is another thing that I just don't understand. I don't understand people who play games that get them into that situation, get them to that mindset. Like, if it's a boss battle, that's okay. I mean, bosses sometimes just going to be like that. But if it's like a consistent thing where you just are hating what you're doing, you're hating the people you play with, and you just aren't enjoying it, I've never understood trying to stick with something like that. I'm not a very competitive gamer, so that might be part of why I don't understand. But it's just like, I have friends who play games, and they're like, I've never heard them play it in a session once and not either had someone to complain about, had something to complain about, or just like they've gotten angry and, as I said, vitriolic. And I always ask them, like, why are you doing this then? Like, why are you playing this if it's getting you into this mindset? And even if it's like, we're going to play it right now, it's like, take a break. I don't know, if you're getting into that mood where like everything and everyone is just the most annoying and worst thing ever, just take a break. I don't know. This is another little thing, just gaming thing, I guess, at this point, unfortunately. I wish it would change, but at this point, it's kind of like just, different personalities handle stressors in different ways, and it's probably not going to change. So, oh well. But that was my opinion on video game rage quitting, rage moments. Don't ever watch Low Tier God, because God, if you want to watch someone rage quit for no reason, watch Low Tier God. If you don't watch him. But yeah, anyway, that's all I had to say about that. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you do like my videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out, and I will very much appreciate it. And beyond that, I hope you all have a wonderful week or whatever weekend whenever you're watching this later.